your lines, like your voice waves, were much bigger than ours because you are the dominant.
There's a surprise.
Because you are the dominant one.
The dominant voice. I can like not be as close to the
No,
mic
you're
if you
perfect.
want.
I don't know why it's coming through bigger.
She
but
knows she's perfect.
But
the
balance is fine.
Okay.
So this is going to be 30 minutes of us talking about sound quality.
Good. Oh, excellent.
Get
I know nothing about
stoked.
that. I'll contribute nothing to that. First and foremost, I'm doing great. Well, you know, that's just on par for how my day has been going today, but we don't need to get into that.
Kristen's terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day.
Oh, it's been the worst. So anyway, this here, Weebs in Training, as we've been calling it. I don't know if that's a working title or if we want to stick with it. We'll probably stick with it.
I kind of like that title.
I feel pretty good about it for right now.
Yeah, it brings up a lot of emotion, I think.
Oh, it's evocative. That's
Yes.
art speak.
Yes.
That's art speak for it.
Nobody
makes
knows
ya
what it
think
means,
stuff.
but it's provocative. Gets the people going.
Weebs in Training, wit. I mean, it's
Ooh,
so easy to
I didn't even think of
I was
that.
thinking about that. Like if we make, or when we, have like Google Docs and email and all that shit, we need to.
Oh, that's an excellent
Now we have to put
abbreviation.
explicit on the podcast.
Everyone curses on podcasts.
That's very true.
It's a rule.
Yep. You can't limit the audio experience.
Alanna, say a bad word.
Not the point.
Memories.
Listen, you with your various bodily parts. So the point being, we're gonna have to cut out like 20 minutes of talking about boobs from every episode.
Yeah.
Or maybe leave it. Maybe that's what the people want. If they're into anime, they're probably into boobs. Let's be real. Weebs in Training is an idea we've been batting around for a little while. So there are two things that contributed to this. One being my unreasonable obsession with Yu Yu Hakusho, and my almost perverse desire to make sure that everybody in my life is subject to it. And so that's led to a watch through with primarily Mary and your boyfriend / one of my close friends, and Alanna just existing around us and thus absorbing a lot of it through osmosis.
I'm like a sponge.
Yes, precisely. Full of holes and soft.
and not a color found in nature.
It's true.
There's something unnatural about your coloration, I do have to admit. You see, what's great about this being an audio medium is that nobody knows what your coloring is.
Oh,
They literally don't see color, right?
it rhymes with mean.
What? Oh, you fuck. Ugh. I hate you. I hate everything about you.
Yep. Well, before we get too into everything, I think we
Yes.
should make some introductions.
Yes. So, yeah. So
It always takes listeners like at least 5 episodes to be able to tell people's voices apart. But
Yeah.
ours are pretty different.
Maybe one of us should affect an Australian accent.
No.
Oh, I'm terrible at that. I'm terrible at all accents.
Mary's bad at it also, but she'd give it a go.
I would.
Gosh darn, she does her best.
Gosh darn, oh my god, I'm an idiot.
Well, anyway, who's our protagonist?
Obviously me. In that I'm the one whose life needs fixing, if you go by anime tropes, and that makes me the protagonist. So you guys are here as plot objects to make my life better.
Yes.
So yes, your generic brown-haired protagonist wearing a school uniform here is Kristen, Chris, whatever works. Although let's be real, I only started using Chris because I'm tired of being called Christine, Christian, Crystal, etc.
Christalia.
Oh, that one constantly.
Crystalina.
Chrysanthemum.
Yeah. Oh, if I
Hayden
had
Christensen.
if I had a dime for every chrysanthemum that I went to school with growing up.
We have a table for Hayden Christensen. God damn it, nobody can pronounce my name.
What is that? All right, listen.
just
You
made
with
that
your reference. Really?
It's a Star
That
Wars.
sounded like a
It's
reference.
an actor. He played Anakin.
I know who I'm gonna murder you in your sleep. I know where you.
It just sounds like something that would happen to you as a person whose name gets.
That's true. Actually, that would
misconstrued a lot.
totally happen. Anyway,
Anime.
all of that aside, and my very unique and profound bloodlust for my roommates aside, yes, anime. I like to consider my credentials to be extensive and impressive as pertains to being a hopeless weeb. and I believe Mary and I, we briefly chatted about this, I think, during our sound check, but my favorite quick example for my qualifications for weebdom are that when I discovered in, I think, middle school that photobucket.com was a thing, I
Taking
used...
us back.
I love
Yeah, really, for real. So we, I discovered that photobucket.com was a thing, and I discovered that I could go on photobucket.com and just look up Bishonen and find, like, all kinds of pictures of pretty anime boys.
I just like the ways you go, Bishonen.
Well, listen, this was truly a delight for me, and I freaking put together, like, all these pictures into a Microsoft Word document and printed out, like, a page of pictures of pretty anime boys, put it on the cover of my folder that I had in public around other human beings at school.
This is what we did before we had iPads.
That, yeah, you know, nowadays weebs, I guess, just look at hentai on their iPads. Is that what they do?
I feel like
Unless they have the child controls.
I feel like nobody between the ages of 7 and 42 uses an iPad unless it's for work.
Good point.
I feel like it's just like little kids, like, here, take this, watch this, shut up. Or
Watch this hentai,
or
shut up. Or forever.
or literally my parents sit, watch Netflix, shut up. We got you 2 free months of HBO Now. Dad, catch up on Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Well,
and like everybody's grandma has an iPad because the
phone screens are too small.
Yes, exactly. And the baby boomers are like, this is a great way to give technology to my parent, and they're never going to understand it, but at least the text will be big enough for them to read. So yeah, that's pretty much it for me, resident anime nerd. I like to think I'm at least somewhat socialized in that, like, you know, we've all met the anime kid who kind of well into their late teens went around wearing the Naruto headband, and, you know...
That may be you, listener.
Maybe. And if so, do you still have that headband, and do you wash it sometimes?
And
Please,
can you send
answer
us
for
one?
me.
For our cat.
No, well, either the cat or, for the freaking Obama cutout that, has seen better days, actually. He's about to fall over.
We might have to replace him with, like, an Orlando Bloom cutout.
Oh, I'd be
just
so
to show
down
our
for
age.
that.
Replace Obama with Orlando Bloom? Are you fucking kidding me?
Listen.
All right, this
They
is a talk
both
for another
affect
time.
my loins in similar ways. So, that aside, I've taken too long on my own intro. I think that's about it that's relevant for right now.
Yes. Well, I suppose that since I'm sitting next to Kristen, I will go next. This is Alanna.
For all they know, you're sitting on all sides of me.
Yes. Well, I am a sponge, as we've established.
Omnipresent.
An omnipresent sponge. Great band name.
I
Go
sort
on,
of
Alanna.
soak up whatever comes along. I am a wealth of useless trivia about many nerdy things. My anime experience is limited. I watched Sailor Moon as a child and ran around on the playground pretending to be Sailor Saturn. She was my girl because she was dark and mysterious. And
Excellent taste.
Yeah, I loved her. I also watched the Pokemon show, never played the games, owned some of the cards, loved the show.
I will buy you a Game Boy Color.
Well,
I swear to God.
I used to get the same Pokemon VHS tape from Blockbuster like every weekend. It had the same 3 episodes.
Do you remember which episodes?
I knew one of them was about the Tentacruel.
Oh, is that the one that they don't air anymore?
I don't know.
It smacks its tentacle into a building. After 9/11, they stopped airing that for a chunk of time.
Yeah, that might have been it.
The scene is still in the opening theme song, though, because that would have been hard to edit out.
Cut out. Yeah.
Anime is cheap above all else.
Yes. But other than also watching Avatar The Last Airbender, which is American anime.
It is anime. Anybody who wants to fight me about that,
I'm sure we'll talk about it.
Separate episode.
yes, come at me
Yep.
IRL.
But my nerdoms have primarily been things like Star Wars and Phantom of the Opera and Don't You Dare Judge Me
Of interests there.
and Harry Potter and Indiana Jones.
I'd say Lord of the Rings is a big one for you too.
And I am wearing a World of Warcraft sweatshirt right now. I'm a sponge in a World of
That's
Warcraft
significant.
sweatshirt. Yes.
There's a huge amount of overlap in nerddom between like gaming and anime.
Yeah. big gamer, love gaming. Never played any anime games, but I know they're out there.
You've seen me play a lot of Fire Emblem.
Yes,
You've
I
played
do.
some Fire Emblem too.
Yeah.
Fire Emblem is absolutely an anime video game.
Okay, well, I rescind my
Fire
previous
Emblem
statement.
wants to be an anime, but it's too well written for it.
And the characters are very pretty.
Yes, extremely.
But that's enough about me. We have a third member of our party. Hi. Hey. How's it going, dude?
Kill me. Don't you get the Game Grumps mixed up in this. They deserve better.
We're going to hear about Game Grumps because A, you love Game Grumps, and B,
I love them
they
so
started
much.
as a podcast, so we're going to hear about them.
Danny is my personal idol. One of many, but still very high up there. Anyway,
right.
go on.
Anywho, hi everybody, this is Mary. You have me to blame for any shitty sound quality because I'm using any equipment I've scavenged over the years.
Oh, I love blaming Mary for things.
Oh yeah, well, like the cat. No, I'm so mad. I'm gonna bite Mary about it.
Oh, he uniquely hates you.
As he like 10 minutes ago, like left me, turned around, came back to bite me, walked away. Now
and is now cuddling at
now
my
he's
feet.
cuddling at Kristen's feet.
This is our cat, Mr. Sparky Boom Boom.
Oh, yes.
His name is Ulysses Varric Grant. Anyone who is a fan of Avatar: Legend of Korra, you'll be familiar with the name Varric. My interests are super varied. I'm kind of all over the place. I was never really an anime kid. I watched a lot of Code Lyoko on Cartoon Network.
Also definitely intended to be anime. At the very least, heavily inspired. But that's a cultural clusterfuck.
Yes. It's like French, but it's inspired by anime, and then it's dubbed into English and released in America.
It's hilarious. Like, that's how you get, like, scenes of preteens in their underwear, and it's like, well, it's a European-made show. They don't care
Yeah.
about
Oh,
people
I didn't even
being
think of
in their
that.
underwear. Yeah.
And then,
Like, in one of the first episodes, the, like, bully girl, Sissy.
oh yeah, I remember
Yeah.
Sissy.
She's, like, just full-on in her panties, and it's like, whatever.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
And let's see. I remember getting up early to watch Yu-Gi-Oh during summer vacations.
High quality.
A children's card game.
Definitely
And then I was
about
like,
time for a
then like one of
rewatch.
my friends from high school got me really into Yu-Gi-Oh the Abridged series. But
High quality.
but my interests are mostly, I love Japanese culture. I love the Studio Ghibli films. All of that. Even live action Japanese films. I love it.
You probably know more live action Japanese media than either of us, honestly. Definitely than me.
I know a lot of live action media. I'm really into movies, really into music. I'm really into anything you can give an award to. I'm a slut
Yes.
for award
oh my
shows.
God, you and your fucking award shows.
I'm a slut for award shows.
It's the only reason we pay $100 a month for cable.
Because in the wintertime, it's my time to shine. And then also in June for the Tonys. I'm also a big fan of musical theater.
We all are. There's gonna be some singing, I think, in this, but not intentionally.
No.
But just by virtue of who we are,
It's
and
just
how we
gonna
communicate, there's gonna
explode.
be-
Each of
there's
us
gonna be
right now
singing.
has her own bottle of wine on hand.
Oh yeah, should we briefly introduce our alcohol?
We can do that. Well, let me talk. I'm almost done talking about me.
There's more
yes.
bottles of wine on our table than there are microphones.
That's true. That's actually very true.
Oh yeah, shit. Hey, microphones are expensive.
I
man.
just recycled one bottle of wine, so we're doing a little bit better.
I just recycled 4 microphones.
No, what? No, she didn't. She's not that wasteful.
So
Anyway.
so movies, music. I love cinema. I love Disney. I love Disney. I love Disney trivia. Disney World. I love everything. But I don't know as much about anime as I'd like to.
Yes.
Which
that's fair.
and little disclaimer, I am also a teacher. And that's all the information you guys are going to get about that. But knowing a little bit about anime does help me relate to my students and makes them trust me.
I'm a cool mom.
I can trick them. I'm not like a regular mom. I'm a cool mom.
Yep, that's Mary. Mary's the cool mom.
I am. That's me. I'm the cool mom of the group.
So the conceit for this whole show, now that you know us, the basic idea here is that we have me, who grew up like fully balls deep in anime nerddom, and 2 people who are, nerds in their own right, but haven't been really to Pound Town and back with anime the way I have.
Pound Town.
And yeah, thanks for the shout out, DJ Laz. So is that a musician? I'm very old. I don't understand.
I'm just thinking about the D&D campaign where you guys went to Pound Town. You might not have been there. That might have
I
just
don't
been the
think-
guys.
I don't think that was a me thing.
It was Rich.
I run my D&D with far more dignity.
We all play Dungeons and Dragons together. We
It's
all
delightful.
forgot to mention that.
That's probably important. No, there was some like one-shot D&D campaign or not Pathfinder. It must have been D&D with the guys, and they went to Pound Town.
That sounds like something they would do.
Yeah, Kevin, Rich, Matt.
See, my personal favorite was from college though, where we went on a quest to the Love Shack, to retrieve the disco. So anyway, back on task. The idea here is the inspiration, as I mentioned before, was partially from my everlasting obsession with Yu Yu Hakusho and my desire to make sure people are aware of it. But the bigger thing was that I worked at one of the art museums in the area here a couple years back. And I like routinely had people coming in and actually Alanna worked there with me for a little bit too, which was
Woohoo!
awesome. And screw it. Shout out to the ICA.
What up?
Institute of Contemporary Art, delightful place. Don't touch things. Go to the museum. Don't touch anything.
Leave PinCube alone.
For the
touch
love
the
of God, if
fucking
it's
cube.
made of sharp metal, don't touch it.
I never even worked there, and I know, don't touch the cube.
Yeah, exactly. So
If
so
it
in
belongs in a
any case,
museum, don't touch it.
I routinely had people coming up to me and being like, "Oh, like I don't really know anything about art. Like I'm not an art person. I don't really, get it. I like it, but I don't really get it." And those were the people that I enjoyed talking to about the art more than anyone else, honestly, because they don't have all of these preconceived ideas. Like everybody has, everybody's seen the big important anime shows, Yu-Gi-Oh, DBZ, and then once you get into people who are actually anime fans, you have like Evangelion and Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, and like you kind of run through the same opinions routinely with that because all these people they're just so familiar with the tropes and the trappings of anime as a medium. And I'm way more interested in what people who aren't bogged down by all of that have to say about it. And
Enter us.
Yes, indeed. People who have broader
Yes.
interests. So that's when you guys factor in.
Yeah. So throughout the show, we're going to, each episode, we're going to cover a certain topic of anime culture, maybe some controversial stuff. Might even have like a couple like small series, like a 2-part or 3-part episode. But today what we're going to do for an introduction, we kind of did a test run of this with me.
Oh, I enjoyed this.
Yeah. So what we're going to do, and I'm not going to give anything away because I've already played this game, but Alanna is our sacrificial lamb today.
I have some new ones, but I also have some repeats from the last one. So
Well, I will not give away anything.
Good.
So what's going to happen is Kristen has a list of anime terms, pretty commonplace anime terms.
Pretty commonplace. A couple of them are pretty porn exclusive.
Yeah.
Not too many. I tried to steer clear of things that were like too exclusive to porn. There's really only one that's entirely porn related, and I threw that in on the end just as a haha because I know you guys don't know anything about it, but I want to hear what you think about it.
By porn, you mean hentai. I know that word.
Here we go. Already speaking the lingo.
Ooh, perfect. So this is kind of like with those videos from Variety magazine where you've got like 2 colleagues, 2 actors, like Emma Stone and Rachel Weisz from 2 different cultures, like British and American, speaking lingo or something and explaining and trying to guess what it means.
Even like freaking when I came to New England, I had no idea what a bubbler was, and it still kind of freaks me out. Isn't that weird? You're from New England.
It
and
doesn't
I saw
bubble.
You cringe.
It's a water fountain.
No, it's a bubbler. Fuck you.
But like
A water fountain is a thing you walk by in a park and you throw coins into.
No, that's a wishing fountain or
or
a
just
regular
a fountain. Also, like freaking. All right, we're gonna
It's
get off of
specifically
this
a water
topic
fountain.
soon.
You see chocolate coming out of that bitch? No, it's a water
And
fountain.
do you see soda coming out of your bubbler? Sorry, that was almost a.
The
that was
look that
almost
Mary is giving
incomprehensible.
Kristen is the look of a woman who's about to kill.
Or the look of a woman truly betrayed. I don't know.
I mean, one and the same.
I'm just glad that I'm not the guinea pig for this one. So, Kristen is going to read Alanna some anime terms, and she has to guess what they mean. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to play everyone's favorite game. Name that anime term.
You didn't know it was your favorite game until this exact moment.
But you're gonna
welcome.
know.
Yes.
All right, so the first one is a total gimme. You guys should both know this. Waifu.
A waifu is an idealized anime, generally female love interest of a big anime fanboy. Yes?
That's a pretty good way of putting it. Yeah. This is a loaded topic we can discuss another day. I happen to be dating, and I kid you not, I'm not even joking about this, the foremost American waifu scholar. He has written scholarly papers.
It says that at the bottom of his emails.
It better.
He's not a waifu scholar. He is a scholar of waifus, although he is also Kristen's waifu.
No, he's my husbando.
Ah.
It's not as fun of a word as waifu, though. Husbando isn't as fun as waifu.
We can get into gender roles later.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, we will.
So yes, but your explanation was pretty solid. It's basically, a person kind of projects romantic feelings onto an imaginary character, and usually it's one that's established within like a video game or TV show world.
So Prince Zuko would be my husbando.
That's a very good choice, and of course we all know that Kurama is my husbando. Although I'm polyamorous as pertains to fake men.
I don't think I have a husbando.
Not yet.
You will.
I love Sokka. I fucking love
Sokka is a fucking delight. He's honestly the real MVP of that show.
He is. I love him so much.
He contributes so much and gets so little appreciation.
It's the quenchiest.
Don't even.
Oh, I will even.
Okay, hit me with those other terms.
Yes, indeed. Another pretty easy one, in fact, I think I've already brought it up during this podcast, is Bishonen.
Oh,
It's hard, though, when you're told to give, like, an actual definition.
yes. Pretty boys?
Yeah, it's about as succinct as you can get. Literally, it basically just means pretty young man. Shonen is a term that's used to refer to young men.
So not Prince Zuko. But he's beautiful in my eyes.
He's got one fucked up eye, but it's like fucked up in a sexy way, so I think it's fine.
Okay.
Depending on what hairstyle, because his weird shaved head ponytail thing, while it was culturally relevant,
The
it
short
wasn't
hair, though. Whew.
the short hair was hot.
Pretty hot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the messy short hair was the real look.
Yeah.
So yeah, so there's that. All right, so now we'll get a little bit trickier. Tsundere.
I know that I've heard this term before, and I'm embarrassed because I can't remember what it means.
It's okay. You know what? Learning is what the show is all about.
Tsundere sounds like sunder, but it has no relation to
A
English.
tsundere is likely to sunder some part of your body at some
Wait.
point.
Can I give my American example?
No.
Not yet. Once we have a definition, then yes.
Okay, I could be wrong. I'm just going off the clue you just gave me. Is a tsundere the girl who pretends to be mean but actually really likes the guy?
There you go. You got it.
She is doing so much better at this than I was.
I gave you kind of harder terms. We got into some really deep porn stuff with you.
Also, I am a real life tsundere.
Yeah, well, in a different way, though, than what I am, which my boyfriend tells me all the time I'm a tsundere. I think he just thinks that's a cute word.
For listeners who are on Mary's level, I always use Helga Pataki from Hey Arnold as the American culture tsundere.
Which is perfect, frankly.
Yeah, makes sense.
I'm trying to think of any other, like, really common examples. Some people, I think, call Misty from Pokemon a tsundere. That's questionable because she never, like, as far as I know, there's so much material in the Pokemon fandom that I don't want to say this for certain. As far as I know, though, she's never, like, canonically made into a love interest for Ash. But it's kind of between the lines there. I think most fans just assume that that's, like, a part of their relationship.
I feel like Toph is halfway a tsundere because she's
For who?
just.
That's true, but
Just with friends?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want friends.
I mean, we never know if she's crushing on anybody in the group.
I mean, eventually she bangs someone. She popped
Multiple
out 2 kids.
people.
Yeah. But that being said, I think she's a trickier example because tsundere usually has, like, a specific target for their very aggressive and angry, frustrated affection.
Any firebender skulls.
Okay, listen. Not targeting that. Anyway, I'm moving on. Let's see. I've got 2 more for you. One is one of my personal favorites, yaoi. We've discussed this.
Yes, this one I know, I think. Is it boy love?
Yes, although pedantic people will get on your ass and this is actually relevant that people should be getting on your ass about this, but they'll get on your ass about
Keep off my ass. I'm a sponge.
That would. I need that on a little button for you to wear.
I was gonna say, I need
Keep
that on a
off my
t-shirt.
ass. I'm a sponge. I need that. Leaving your sponginess aside for the moment, yaoi and boys love are considered two slightly different things. Boys love is also called shonen ai. Ai being the word for love, shonen meaning young man. Shonen ai is typically considered to be the fluffier, cutesier, more emotional side of things, where yaoi is more considered the I'ma fuck you up the butt side of things. So...
Not mincing words there.
I want that on a button. I'm gonna fuck you up the butt.
I don't think you can wear that to school, Mary.
Yeah,
gonna
it's
wear it
not
to
quite
school.
as poetic.
I'm gonna wear it like in Brookline and see what all like the upper middle class people with their cute dogs think of me. Be like,
yep.
yes, I have 2 burritos in this bag, and I'm gonna fuck you up the butt. Excuse me, I have choir practice.
And that right there was a microcosm of Mary's entire existence.
Yeah, it is.
The last term that I have for you guys, this is the one that is strictly and exclusively related to porn. And the new life as a meme that this has taken really fucking fascinates me. So I couldn't find, even on the Wikipedia article for this, and yes, y'all will understand why it was fun to Google this term in a second, but even in the Wikipedia article, they didn't have a pronunciation listed, but I'm pretty sure this is pronounced ahegao. It's spelled ahegao. Ahegao. So just give it a guess. I am willing to bet neither of you have ever heard this word in your life, but what does it sound like? And you know it's related to porn.
Sounds like avocado. So I believe it means having sex with fruit, because
Fair.
avocados are fruit. And
That's
you
true.
should all know that.
Seed on the inside. Yep.
Part of the flower of the plant.
Yes.
I know that. I know what? No, never mind. I'm backing off.
I don't know anything actually.
I actually know nothing.
I
am Jon Snow.
There's as a total side note, there's a bit in the audio commentary for Yu Yu Hakusho where the voice actors switch characters, and I think Yusuke's voice actor is trying to do Kurama, and he says some kind of like, well, you know, and then travels off, and he's like, wait a minute, I'm not smart enough to be Kurama. But then Kurama jumps in imitating Kuwabara and goes, no, I don't actually. And that, like, it was pretty much literally the same thing.
Kuwabara is my husbando.
Oh,
There you
perfect. You honestly, Kuwabara, let's be real.
That ugly motherfucker.
He's the best man in that
I'd ride
show.
him for days.
Absolutely.
But what is ahegao?
I'm sorry, I got distracted. Ahegao refers to the kind of dazed and lewd face of a woman who's having her brains fucked out.
The O face?
Yes. Or oro face, as it's apparently sometimes called, although I have literally never heard it called that. Yeah, it's basically an O face. So usually it involves like the eyes rolling back in the head, the mouth hanging open, frequently with like drool.
So someone who's being murdered. The little death,
Yes,
as it were.
it's there's actually no difference whatsoever.
Me when a plate of buffalo chicken wings is presented to me?
Yes, exactly. It really is a sexual experience. But so the thing that cracks me up about this is that you can find online and in images now articles of clothing that are printed with just a full pattern of panels from erotica of women with the ahegao face.
Where would you wear that?
Apparently wherever the hell you want.
And is there a male equivalent? I'm interested in gender equality.
I know, that's the hard thing. And listen, like, so, like, full disclosure, I'm bi. I like fan service from both genders, but it does, like, it becomes very conspicuous to me in gaming and anime and all this related shit where I'm like, listen, I like pandering of all types. Could we please pander equally to both of the genders that I'm a fan of? And, yeah, like, looking at...
All of the genders.
All of them. So yeah, it is frustrating. That's a topic for an entirely different episode because, like, honestly, if you get me started on that, I'm gonna be going on forever. They just released, like,
You're gonna be going on for longer than her O face.
ugh. I really don't want that to last for too long, honestly. If, like, that happens for a long time, I think you've broken the woman permanently.
Yeah, that's just like, she's like, it's like, Susan, it's 7 a.m. Please leave.
Please leave.
I've called
You've
you.
been here for 6 hours.
I've called you an Uber. Would you like a bagel? I have please.
Would you like an avocado? Your fruit that we apparently relate to sex.
I mean, have you seen some people when they get their avocado toast?
That's fair.
That is not. No.
I'm kind of like that.
No,
honestly.
the sexiest fruit is the peach.
No,
This
is avocados. We're talking about avocados.
Yeah,
no
get
peaches.
your peaches out of here.
Get the fuck out of here with your fucking peaches.
With your
no
peaches.
momos.
I
know a Japanese word.
I know that word.
I understand that reference.
Yep. Yeah, so the thing that's grinding my gears right now that I'll only touch on for 2 seconds because we probably got to wrap up in a minute. But like just today I saw they just in the Fire Emblem mobile game that I play periodically, they just released a new like collection of, hey, it's these characters that you know and they're in like fun different outfits. So they did like a hot springs one, so they're all like in towels and stuff and looking all sexy. 4 female characters, 1 male. And that fucking gets me. Like, also 2 of those female characters are underaged. And one of them is, like, the sex pot character that they use over and over and over and over again. I'm like, there are characters from other Fire Emblem games that you haven't even brought into this game yet.
So it sounds like our next episode needs to be...
fan service?
Maybe.
I mean, that's a pretty loaded one. I feel like there's got to be a lot of episodes about fan service.
Yeah, we can definitely divvy it up, but...
We'll lead up to that somehow. There's so much ground to cover, which is what I love about this topic. And, like, you guys are gonna be so fucking cool to, like, hear talk about this shit. Because, I get so burnt out on, you know, anime forums and stuff. And people will be like, well, you know, that Attack on Titan, haha, nudge, nudge. And it's like, well... I shouldn't be able to just assume what you think about this thing. Like, it's art, it's subjective.
The opening is on my gym workout playlist.
That's true.
I thought
like a sad kazoo version of the opening of Attack on Titan.
No, that was a melancholy trumpet. Very different. I don't know if I mentioned that I'm a musician in the opening, but
well, I have a proposal for you then. Every episode just opens with a sad kazoo version of whatever anime theme we come up with.
Hell
then
yeah.
it counts under parody, and I think we're untouchable.
Yeah,
exactly. All right. Well, I think that's about it.
Soon we will have social media for all of you, our followers that I know are out there.
Hopefully,
they're gonna be here. I'm hilarious.
Hopefully, by the time you're listening to this, there is at least some social media.
We will let you know.
Yeah, but
yeah, I mean, I do the Instagrams periodically. So
you flex on the gram now and then.
Mary likes to tumble on the Tumblr.
I do. I do like to tumble on the Tumblr.
And I like to smash my face against a book.
Yes. And on that note, have a splendid
anime filled.
Have a splendid day.
Have just a splendid time in general. Goodbye.
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 The wines we are drinking this evening.
Yes.
I have Rare Earth, made with organic grapes. Cabernet.
Oh, is that like the stuff without sulfites or whatever? That like
it might be. It doesn't say.
Probably less likely to give you a headache.
It's a Cabernet from Cali. A Rare Earth Organic Winery. So it's Rare Earth's Cabernet. My friend Courtney got me this for Christmas. What up, Courtney?
I have beside me a Merlot called Beringer, I believe.
Yeah, Beringer's pretty like.
Yeah.
But you got like the nice Beringer.
I mean, I guess I did. It was in the one of our local liquor stores. We're surprise, surprise. We live in Boston. I mean, that doesn't help narrow it down in terms of like who we may be at any given moment. But the one of our local liquor stores has this incredible bargain bin for wine. So I got this bottle of wine for $6. Usually retails at $12.
Hell yeah!
And I'm enjoying it twice as much for half the cost.
And my wine is a Malbec from a label called Llama out of Argentina.
I know nothing about Malbecs.
Well, my name is Alanna, and I really like llamas because now I'm a llama instead of a sponge.
What? A llama?
He's supposed to be dead. That's enough of that.
No, it's not.
It's never enough of that.
Never enough.